All right, our next fundamental, we're gonna start this one different than the other ones. This is our pull hit fundamental, okay? And it's called a pull hit because that's exactly what you're doing. You're pulling the flag and then you're hitting when you catch, when it stops, okay? So to start this exercise, we're going to have the flag in our right hand at the tab, thumbs up, okay? Now, you're gonna wanna grab about half of the silk, a little bit more than half, and it's going to be right here, like you're holding this up. If you wanna think about like a bullfighter, a matador, yelling Toro for a bull to come get him, okay? Imagine that as you're holding your flag here waiting, okay? Now as we go into our count off, elbows are boxed out, feet again are in our second position, lifting the sternum, lifting the posture. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the equipment moved from the right side of the body into the center of the body as I drop the silk and grab thumbs up with the left hand at that top cheater tape on the pole, okay? Now from here, we are taking the left hand and pulling the pole down as the right hand turns to thumbs down. Now, notice I did not lift the right hand. That's gonna be the number one thing you're gonna wanna do as you start to do pull hits, is you're gonna wanna lift the right hand as you're pulling down with the left. Keep that right hand in the same location in relationship to your body as the flag turns around. About right here at the angle is when you're going to let go with the right. The flag is gonna rotate in front of you until we hit in the same position that we started, okay? Hands are separated. The right hand stays at the tab, the left hand stays at the top tape. Elbows are boxed out every time. It's super important that you train yourself from the beginning to box out those elbows and lift through that sternum so you have a really, really strong foundation to have a good catch, okay? Now, as it comes around, it's a 2-count phrase. Pull 1, grab 2, okay? Now you'll notice I'm pulling, and then right after I pull, I let go and let the flag do the rotation. We're back to our physics. The heavy part of the flag is going to take the flag around to get it to come back to our hip position. And again, going back to the conversation that we had during windmills, this is another fundamental that you want to fight to make sure that you're not doing catch-catch, okay? So we have pull, hit. Both hands hit right at the same time, okay? So let's go back to the beginning. Thumb is up with the right at the tab. Holding a little more than half of the silk, elbows are boxed out, pull is off to the right. We count off 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. We move and initiate on count 8. That left hand grabs right here, right at that tape, top tape. We're lifting, we're projecting. This hand here, right at the waistline, right at the belt buckle, okay? Pulling down and hitting. We're gonna hold for 2 counts in between each one. Pull 1, hit 2, hold 3, hold 4. Pull, hit, hold, hold. So that's the sequence that we're gonna use for the pull hit exercise. From here, we're gonna go to an angle, okay? Now, we call this a shoulder hip angle because it goes through what? Your shoulder and your hip, okay? A lot of us are gonna wanna think about having the elbows in as it comes into our catch, and that takes away from the strength of the catch, but it also takes away from the angle of the equipment. So you wanna make sure that you're cutting right through your shoulder, cutting right through your hip. Now, we initiate the same way. Pull, angle, and then it holds for 2, pull, angle. Okay, so now we've gone through 2 straight up and down, pull, hit, hold, hold, pull, hit. Now to the angle, pull, angle, hold, hold, pull, angle. Okay? From our angle, we're going to our flat, okay? So we're on the right side, we're gonna move our right foot slightly out to widen our second position, pull to flat, before we do that, let's talk about the flat position. My hand location's changed. My right hand is now at the tape and the silk closest to the tab, and the top tape right next to the tab. Now widening that second position, we're going into a second position plie. Now, when you go into your plie, we're going to talk extensively about this once we get into dance fundamentals. But you bend through the knees, your knees are going over your toes, and your bottom is going straight to the floor, okay? Now this will match right by your knees, okay? Make sure that the knees are not angled in. Make sure that the feet are not in a parallel, which pushes your knees to go forward. But your feet are facing outwards at the 45-degree angles, okay, to get our second position here. So now that's our flat. We're gonna go to our straight up and down again. So pulling right from our flat, again, our hands, right hand, tape in the silk, over, left hand, tape on the pole, under. We're pulling to straight up, and we're gonna bring our right foot in as we pull. Pull straight up. Now, once we go to our straight up and down position, our hands go back to the normal right hand at the tab, left hand at the silk. From here, we repeat the sequence, going from here to our flat. Pull to flat, check your second position, line it up with your knees, keeping your back straight, okay? Focus is slightly downwards here, going to our straight up and down. Pull straight up. And that's the full sequence for pull hits. So let's go through it really slow together. We're gonna talk about some stuff along the way for you to keep an eye on. Starting, right hand at the tab, thumbs up. Left hand, a little more than half the silk, right at your waist. Not too high, not too low, but right at the waist. Elbows are boxed out. We grab on count 8 of the count off. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, pulling down, pull, hit, hold, hold, pull, hit. Elbows are boxed out. We just held our 2 counts. Hold, hold. Here we go to our angles. Pull, angle, going through that shoulder, all the way through your hip. It repeats. Pull, angle. Check it out again. Elbows boxed out, sternum lifted, eyes and chin laser. From here we go to our flat. Pull, flat. We step out slightly to widen our second position. Knees go over our toes, which are at our 45-degree angles, out away from the center of the body. Elbows are still boxed out here. From here, going upwards into our straight up and down, pull straight up, coming into a first position, connecting the heels, hands, grab back to our normal position, back to our flats. Pull flat, and to our straight up. Pull straight up, and that's the full sequence. Let's try it once, all together, nice and slow. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, squeeze. Pull, hit, hold, hold. Pull, hit, hold, hold, pull, angle, hold, hold, pull, angle, hold, hold. Here's your flat. Flat. Hold for 2, pull straight up. Hold for 2, hold to the flat, hold for 2, pull straight up. That's pull hits. Very good job. Remember, pull hits are an aggressive exercise. Every motion that we have is our hard grip. We're pulling and squeezing, keeping those elbows boxed out, keeping that sternum projected, making sure that all of those things are really strong so we look our best. Great job.